judge me if you want. That's cool. Like, sooner or later, though, it's going to be inevitable that your girlfriend's going to be playing it, your mom's going to want to listen to it, your brother's going to be like, yes, baby, give me your autograph. So, I mean, you might as well just get with it right now.
YouTube, welcome back to stacyjaytv. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the vibes. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is me, Stacy J, the kid, the young OG, your hostess with the mostest. You already know the vibes. Let's get into it. Listen, I heard y'all. I'm hearing y'all loud and clear. I've been checking my analytics. You know, y'all know me. I'm always in my analytics, okay? And you guys like when I talk about music. You guys like when I do the reaction video. So today's video is perfect. Listen, grab y'all snacks, grab y'all drinks. If you smoke, roll up. Let's kick back. Throw this video on the TV. Throw the LEDs on, you feel me? I say, bitch, don't kill my vibe, my vibe, my vibe. I just wanna ride. Yes, sir. I got an exciting video for you guys today. So I was vibing the other day, minding my business, boom, boom, whatever. And this video came across my recommendations. I clicked it. The video that I'm going to be reviewing today is The Rise of Drake, which is a documentary about, you know, Drake. When I clicked it, I wasn't really expecting much. Like I said, I was just looking for something to watch. And first 20 minutes of it, I was hooked. It was just good. The way he organized it, the outline, everything was just detailed, and I was just intrigued. And I never really looked into Drake's body of work like that. Where was I going with this? I don't know. But first, so before I get into it, I want to give a shout out to the Gentleman's Club. Shout out to my friend Junior. This is his line. I'm going to throw it up on the website, up on the screen, so you guys can check it out. They have a whole bunch of dope stuff. They have lighters, keychains. They have sweatshirts or hoodies like these. I don't know what this is called. Is this called a hoodie? I think it's called a crew neck. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, check them out. They got some dope shit. Shout out to Junior. Alright, I just wanted to give him a quick shout out. Alright, anyways. So boom. Let's get into it. I feel like I'm on Love and Hip Hop with this mic here. Hello? Can y'all hear me? Hello? Alright. So today I'm going to be reviewing The Rise of Drake, documentary by Aaron Speaking. Again, don't know who this person is.
Say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
The video came up randomly in my recommendations, but I do want to say shout out to Aaron Speaking. I saw 20 minutes of it, but I didn't finish it because I wanted to save to do the reaction, and you know, do it for YouTube and finish watching the rest of it, you know, with you guys. But from what I've seen so far, Aaron Speaking, amazing, fire. And you know what? I'm not talking about Drake and his body of work. I'm talking about the way he organized the video and the way he did it. The way he just laid everything out. I never really paid attention to Drake's body of work and how he really started. To be honest with you, I really didn't. Not because I wasn't interested, but because you guys got to understand, I was young. So of course I liked music at the time, but I wasn't really looking or even thinking about, oh, what was going on behind the scenes or anything like that. But anyways, it was great. And Aaron, I'm gonna need you to make one of these videos for Fab. I love Fab. If anybody knows me, y'all know I love Fab. I need you to do one on Fab and on Joe Budden. Oh my God, can you do one on Fab and Joe Budden, please? Please DM me. I would deadass help you. All right, let's get into it. Shout out to Aaron Speaking, y'all. Go subscribe, go follow. You feel me? All right, The Rise of Drake. Am I even recording? I am. All right, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all got your snacks. Y'all got your drinks. Y'all comfortable? Everybody. All right. Let's get in it.
Hey, I'm here with Aubrey Graham, aka Drake. He's a star of Degrassi and an up-and-coming rap artist. How are you today?
Good, man. How you doing? I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me.
For the record, real quick, I just want to let y'all know I did not watch Degrassi.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
I did not watch Degrassi at all. Not one episode. Was never interested. Was never, no. If y'all want to hear more about that, go watch my 90s and 2000s cartoons video.
Shout out to Nico, Oliver, 4040.
Trying to take the wave from a nigga.
Aubrey is a total character. You see him strut into the building and, you know, his walk, his demeanor announces that he's here.
You underestimated greatly. Most number ones ever. How long did it really take me? Oh my God! And Drake just stand for do right and kill everything.
I remember when that song came out.
There's a lot of critics out there not taking you seriously based on the fact that you start on Degrassi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can judge me if you want. That's cool. Like, sooner or later, though, it's going to be inevitable that your girlfriend's going to be playing it, your mom's going to want to listen to it, your brother's going to be like, can you just maybe give me an autograph? So, I mean, you might as well just get with it right now.
Aubrey, Drake.
It's so interesting that he was talking like that even back then when he didn't have anything, because that just goes to show what you think about yourself is truly important, because he really felt that way even when he was nothing. And it's crazy because exactly what he said is what came true, is what happened for him. So y'all gotta really pay attention to the thoughts and the things that you guys say to yourself, the things that and the thoughts that you have in your mind, and the things that you allow to enter your mind.
Graham was born on October 24th, 1986 in Toronto, Canada. That boy Drake pretty much grew up into music. His father, Dennis Graham, was a drummer for the legendary rock and roll star Jerry Lee Lewis. His uncle, Larry Graham, played bass for Sly and the Family Stone. Hell, even his grandmother used to babysit Aretha Franklin, bro.
Jeez.
It's funny how when asked about his identity, Drake said, "At the end of the day, I consider myself a black man because I'm more immersed in black culture than any other. Being Jewish is kind of a cool twist. It makes me unique." It was when Drake was at Forest Hill Collegiate Institute where there was a kid in his class whose father was an agent. That kid's dad would say, "If there's anyone in your class that makes you laugh, have them audition for me." And after Drake did that audition, that guy became Drake's agent. Shortly after that, Drake landed a role on the Canadian teen drama Degrassi: The Next Generation, where he would play the role of Jimmy Brooks.
Never watched this show, you guys.
Craves a word with you.
Never.
Ashley, you don't come in for another half page.
Ash wants to have sex. Man, you're gonna get some? You got horseshoes up your butt. Yeah, cool, huh?
Sometimes named Wheelchair Jimmy. A basketball star who becomes permanently wheelchair bound when he's shot by a classmate. Classic moment, man.
Sheesh. Never watched. Nope.
He would drop out of high school to focus on acting. He would appear in a total of 100 episodes between 2001 and 2008. Although while still acting and being on Degrassi, he started to dabble into the hip-hop scene with the release of his first mixtape, Room for Improvement, in 2006.
You see? This is why I love this doc so much, because I've never heard this mixtape. Never heard of it. Don't recall it. No.
This very Tennessee mixed with some Terry Kennedy. People barely remember me from back in the day. Chances are most of the days you was lying around. I made money and that's why these girls eyeing me down. Getting down tonight if they say you're cutting. A lot of dudes in my city, they ain't saying nothing.
Okay,
Achieving a modest
that
amount
would
of
have been a
sales
skip
of
for me.
approximately 6,000 copies.
Let me show you what it is. I was birthed up top. I was raised at the bottom of the map where the girls all thick and the hottest niggas rap if you looking for the good. And we got them in the trap like, ooh, we took it from white snakes to Lou.
Y'all see her face?
Metaphor might sound a little confusing, but y'all don't really know me if you knew.
She hypnotized. Shorty hypnotized.
He then followed that up with another mixtape in 2007 under his own October's very own imprint, Comeback Season.
Damn,
This mixtape or thing, whatever, I remember.
It was worth it, it was all worth it. And by this time I understand that I ain't perfect. I wish you could have seen me back at high school. Backpack, great.
Damn, doesn't Drake look so different compared to this picture? Like, it's like two completely different human beings.
Black egg, put a half a stack out.
This included Drake's first hit single and music video, Replacement Girl with Trey Songz.
What's going on, MTV E2? It's your boy D-R-A-K-E. That's me. You know how the story goes, and I'm here with none other than
your boy, the Prince of the V, Trey Songz out.
Yeah, 2 Up, 2 Down. We on the set of Replacement Girl, man. T.O., VA, making it connect. You know what it is. My first video, it feels, I'm feeling a lot of emotions. I was nervous.
I feel like I remember this. You know, I remember this song, but like vaguely. Like it really wasn't one of my bops that I would play on the regular. Wait, I don't think I really knew. I'm over here. I'm capping on YouTube. I knew, you know, when I knew Drake when Best I Ever Had dropped. That's when I was introduced to Drake. I should have gave y'all a backstory on how I was even introduced to Drake. Shouldn't I have? I should have. But anyways, yeah, that's how I
It's different because I've been acting, so getting on camera and like trying to look cool is like a whole different story. You know, it's not Degrassi, it's another ball game. I mean, you gotta look cool. You can't. There's so many ways to look corny in a music video. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you're acting, you're either good or you're not good. You're either natural or you're not natural. This is like you either have it or you don't. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm doing okay.
That fit is crazy. That fit is crazy.
I don't know. Me and Trey linked up through a gentleman by the name of T Slack. And Trey's manager, Delonte. And I sent Trey the record, and I was like, you know, I hope he likes it.
So, speaking of Trey Songz, though, I want to give that man some credit.
The
because
fits
it
are
doesn't really
just
get
bad.
talked about enough how much he really helped Drake elevate to stardom back in the day. Drake was even willing to sign to Trey Songz back then. He was even vouching for Drake to executives and trying to get his music video on 106 in Park.
I actually met Drake in Atlanta. I was living in my manager at the time. I was living in his house. And he had an unfinished basement. It was cold as hell down there because we didn't have heat in the basement. And Drake came in. He had a Montclair jacket.
Wow.
Like, who's this light skin? You know, and I took Drake to many executives, and a lot of people said no.
Wow.
Like, I had to fight to get Replacement Girl on BT 106 in Park. Like, in a time where I wasn't even Trey Songz yet. Like, we had arguments about Drake. Like, you can't sign to me. Like, at that time, I felt like me and my label weren't even in a good place, whereas though they fully believed in my potential.
So, big shout out to Trey.
Imagine Drake signed to Trey Songz.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
For real. Yeah. Now the year is 2008, and the producers of Degrassi took apart the cast, leaving Drake in a weird position where he said he felt like he had to get a day job or something, because being a rapper didn't really pick up yet. But eventually he would receive an unexpected phone call from none other than the GOAT himself, Lil Wayne.
How did you guys connect? Because you all are friends, and he's been a big influence on, you know, Lil Wayne and I are like this.
I know that's your dog.
That's my dog.
Guy. We were
that's my dog, ma'am.
Another gentleman from Houston. His name is Jasmine.
Ma'am.
He found me on MySpace and loved my music on MySpace, and he was like, "Man, I know Lil Wayne."
Wait, guys, hold on. I want to put my chair down a little bit. Oh my God. All right.
And I'm gonna play him your music one day, and I was just like, "Yeah, right." You know, like you never really. I didn't buy it at first, and then and I'll never forget. You know, one day I was we started. You know, we formed a relationship, and we used to talk and chop it up, and chop it up is like you know, converse.
Thank you. I could figure that out.
And so we would talk, and he called me one day, and I was in the barbershop getting my hair cut, and he was like, I was like, and the phone rang, and I picked it up, and it was like, yo, and I was like, you probably know that voice. I was like, hello. I was like, yo, what's up? I was like, this doesn't sound like my friend. And he's like, yo, what's up? It's Weezy. And it was, you know, it ended up being Wayne. He was like, I'm starting this thing called Young Money, and I'd really love for you to be a part of it. So I want to fly you out to Houston and meet you. And he did just that the day after, and that formed our relationship. And I was like this quiet kid in the corner of the bus, you know, while everything was going on around me. And the Carter 3 was just, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks away from coming out. And what a time. What a time.
What a time for real. I'm sure that shit was a crazy learning experience for him, bro.
You know, I wish I could say what a time, but in 2008, unfortunately, I was in middle school, And as a little girl, you're a little bit more innocent than maybe a boy in middle school in 2008. And as a little girl, I wasn't really into rap or what rappers were doing or what rapper, you know what I mean? I liked R&B. In the early 2000s, we had that fire R&B. So like I said, Drake didn't really come into my radar until Best I Ever Had, and because that was like a different type of R&B song for me.
Just imagine being on that tour bus when Weezy was at his peak. Fuck. Towards the end of this year of 2008 was actually when I discovered Drake for the first time. I had already seen a couple episodes of Degrassi, and I remember going on hiphopearly.com like I used to do every day back then. Yo, if you remember this website, you a real one. And I remember seeing the song Ransom, and I was like, okay, Lil Wayne featuring Drake. Let's see how this sounds.
Oh, that was a vibe.
Bruh, I was like,
I remember that song.
Gas. Then it hit me like, hold up. I googled Drake, and all I would see is Drake Bell from Drake and Josh.
I'm crying.
I'm like, bruh, nah, hold up. Let me see the Degrassi cast. And sure enough, I was like, it's fucking Jimmy. And this is when I think Drake really started to be like, okay, now shit is getting popping.
Here we go. I'm still fly. Yeah, I'm sky.
I remember this song. This was my shit. But understand nothing. Me. I was like that. Yo, that was my shit. Yo, I'm over here lying on YouTube. I'm straight up capping, talking about something. Oh, I only knew him when Best I Ever Had. Ma'am, you knew this man. You knew this man and his songs. And his songs.
His career forever.
And I say the same thing
every single time. I say you the fucking best. You the fucking best.
I miss these days so much, man. For me, it was my freshman year of high school. Things just felt way more happier.
Yeah, that was freshman year for me too.
Facebook or MySpace at the time.
Right.
A Sidekick or your cheap-ass Walgreens phone with limited minutes. Coming home, hitting up your friends on AIM while playing Call of Duty. Rocking an iPod Classic. Or burning CDs to make your own mixtape.
Yo, he's preaching right now. Preach. Those were the times to be. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. You see, back in my day, it wasn't no 24-hour social media. Back in my day, you'll go to school, vibe out, our gang, you come home, and then you'll log on to AIM and you log into MySpace. And he mentioned Call of Duty, but I wasn't playing Call of Duty at that time. I was playing GTA at that time. Wow, what a time to be alive. You had the Sidekick. Oh my God, AIM on the Sidekick. And then when they dropped Facebook on the Sidekick, it was over.
Let me stop, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Shit was just different. And
it was different.
Of CDs, Drake would drop his third mixtape in February of 2009, which was so good you could probably call it an album with So Far Gone.
See, I don't think I listened to this album when it dropped. I didn't listen to this when it dropped.
I love females that like to what they talk.
Not Big Draco.
Oh shit, my bad. One person.
They be staring at the money
like it's unfamiliar. Hey, that's that shit.
Big success.
I want the money in the cars and the hoes, the clothes, I suppose. I just wanna be what? Successful.
Debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200, receiving some pretty decent review scores. During the middle of this year, he would sign to Young Money. And for those who remember, 2009 was really the year of Young Money.
It was.
I'm Wayne, and I have nothing to do with Young Money. Not a thing. And I'm just like, hold on. I'll let everybody introduce themselves because.
Look at Miss Minaj.
What's going on? Go by the name of I go by the name of Drake, Jimmy Valentino, Drizzy Drake Rogers, Young Angel.
Can we just pause right here real quick, bro? Just looking at these three gives me, first of all, so much nostalgia because 2009, 2010, just anything prior to 2016 was amazing. 2016, iconic. Anything after, it's just ghetto, dark, disgusting.
Honestly, I wouldn't lie to you, truly.
2016 and prior, it was iconic. Now that I am an adult, looking back at things, like I explained earlier, I've always been into music, yes, but I'd never studied the behind the scenes or cared about or even wondered. So I can only imagine what it was like for them being young adults on tour, breaking records on top of the world. I mean, I can only imagine how it felt, especially for Nicki Minaj, one of the only main women breaking records right alongside these men, dropping bars right alongside the men. And y'all gotta have to give Nicki Minaj her flowers.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Y'all gonna have to give that woman her flowers. That's a different video.
This is a song we got called Every Girl. That's good. I like a long ass kick red ball.
Open up her leg. I remember this. I thought I recognized her.
I also remember like it was yesterday when Drake fell on stage while performing with Wayne and had to get surgery and all.
I didn't watch that. I did not watch that.
Not that that really matters or anything, but just felt like mentioning. In September of this year, Drake would drop the So Far Gone EP. It featured 5 songs from So Far Gone and 2 new tracks, with one of them being a top 10 to 15 Drake track in my opinion. Fear.
Oh, nah. Again, I did not hear this stuff when it dropped. I heard it after, like once it was already like it became mainstream. One of my top 2, not top 2. That's what.
You know what?
No. Well.
What are my top 5? They are definitely in my top 5. I love Fab. And I love this song. Not Big Draco again.
Take yourself a picture when I'm standing at the mound and I swear it's going down. And you just stuck standing there, but
I remember. Say something, baby. Say something, baby. I remember this. First name Greatness, like a sprained ankle, boy, I ain't nothing to play with.
It's kind of true when Weezy was like, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but back in these days, bruh, I couldn't wait to come home to listen to these songs and just play some Modern Warfare 2, bruh. Those lobbies, these kids would never understand.
I was not playing. This is really how it be.
Motherfucker, that's who the fuck you are. You using your racial, faggot. Get my dick in your ass.
Sir! Oh my god.
Anyways.
So that's 2 Grammys, 2 Billboard Top 10s, 2 Grammy nominations, 2 Grammy nominations. Grammys to come, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's make that clear. Not yet, not being greedy. Grammys to come. Collaborate with everybody from Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, Kanye, Alicia Keys, Rihanna.
Now the year is 2010, and this is the year that Drake really took off, fam.
Oh, what a vibe. But no. But here. Ooh, only thing we have on is the radio. Let it play. Oh, you fancy, huh? Ooh, I remember this. Hair done, everything did.
What am I doing?
Oh, yeah, that's right, I'm doing me. What a vibe. Wait, I don't like. So tonight is like tomorrow night. Wow, this was one of my favorites back then. I live for the ones that can't with the people that I won't forget. I've been waiting on this too long. I ain't Yo, nah, that was my shit.
Bruh, and that's not even all
How
the
to save
bangers off this
fucking life.
tape.
It's
Thank Me
not.
Later released on June 15, 2010, selling 447,000 copies first week, debuting at #1 on the billboards. I remember finding
I wasn't on my
Love,
music
Miss
shit
Me,
yet.
Fan-
I definitely was not on my music shit. I definitely was not thinking like, oh, this album drops on this day. I wasn't. Wow, imagine if I was. I would have been part of all this iconic shit.
Like all these tracks being everywhere in the summer of 2010, bro. That shit was crazy. And during this time, Lil Wayne was locked up. And when he said this,
damn, I've been gone till November. But fuck it, I ain't tripping. I know Drizzy gon' kill him.
like, where's the lies? Despite Thank Me Later being a massive success,
I didn't even know
and it
Wayne was
sounds
locked up.
phenomenal,
He was locked
during
up?
this time, Drake even stated, Thank Me Later was a rushed album, he told BBC Radio. I didn't get to take the time that I wanted on that record. I rushed a lot of songs and sonically didn't get to sit with the record and say, okay, well maybe I should change this verse. Once it was done, it was done. That's why my new album is called Take Care, because I get to take my time this go round.
What an album, bro. What an album.
Y'all got some legends, man. I'm honored to be on the stage in front of y'all. Can we do one more before I go? Let's go!
Wow. Imagine being there for that.
2011 is the year that I think Drake really found his sound and his identity. Drake at this point was starting to feel more comfortable and confident with every new track. And I'm not even talking about Take Care yet. 2011 includes so many memories for me, bro. Songs like
Riding around the city, plastic cup of Henny.
Don't know this song.
Find a nigga like me, truth be told, I don't know.
Never heard of it.
I'm really trying to make it more than
Of
what
course,
it is.
because everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Come on now.
Excuse me if I say
Not Big Drake.
a couple things that I don't mean.
oh shit, damn, my bad, that's Big Soldier.
And I'm only getting older.
This song right here, before A Boogie, this was the song that put me in my bag. Before A Boogie, it was this song. It was this one.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one. Fucking game right now. She will. That's that shit.
So clearly in 2011,
Yes,
he kept
sir.
his foot on the gas.
2011
And the scene
was
getting hotter and hotter for his
yeah.
next album. And when this shit came out, man,
It was some
almost
good music.
every lyric from each song was on everyone's Facebook status at one point.
Not Facebook
especially Marvin's Room.
Yeah. Yo.
Take Care was finally
Girl, drink
released
to
on
that.
November 15, 2011 to massive praise. I don't know what Entertainment Weekly was smoking that day, but it debuted at #1 and sold 631,000 copies first week. The album is already certified 6 times platinum as of 2019, so I can only imagine now. The album is a literal definition of a classic and has nothing but amazing songs on it, with my 3 favorites probably being Headlines, Shot For Me, and Practice.
That's just something they know. They know. Yeah, I'm the reason.
Oh my God. Take a shot for me.
Copy daddy, give you someone to look up to. With my girls from the 504, need to drop it right now.
And I know there's a lot of people who claim that The Weeknd
What
wrote like
about-
almost half of it, but that was quickly denied by Drake and his best friend Oliver 40 as well. Drake came back at a fan who said that, and Drake said, Abel, which is The Weeknd, co-wrote on Shot For Me and Practice, obviously was featured on Crew Love and The Ride, and that's it. There's 20 songs on that album, Don't Try Me. While 40 said, it's a
Don't try no Scorpios. Don't try us, especially us, the ones that create, you know, our music.
misconception. I made that whole album. I saw Abel maybe 2 days. I was in there for like a year. So somebody is lying. I don't know. But
And,
either way, it doesn't really matter. The album to me is timeless.
Chris Brown, right, and Drake. The drama that went down in the club, bottles being thrown, so on and so forth. Do these cats really need to touch each other? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
then the Twitter gang banging and you know.
I think it's crazy. I mean, regardless if it's actually over the girl or just disrespect between the two of them, they need to, they could cool that down. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like before, it turns into something else, and they're gonna see what it ends out because it's gonna end up lawsuits flying and all kind of.
Yeah, man.
Trust me.
I don't get involved. Me and him don't see eye to eye, so it's gonna be what it is.
You and Drake or you and the lawyer?
No, me and Drake. I don't really try to talk about him when I'm around here.
Oh, you don't talk.
I just lay the pipe. I don't.
For the media and like for any media outlet that listens to this interview, like don't ask me shit about that man when I come up there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and leave that man alone. Stop preying on his insecurities, man. Because his insecurities are the fact that I make better music than him, that I'm more popping than him, and that at one point in life, the woman that he loves fell into my lap. I did what a real nigga would do, and treated her with respect. So she's not up there talking down on me. You know what I'm saying? And all those things combined, create an individual that comes up to your radio station and is just gonna, do
y'all hate
dumb
to see
shit.
it.
But it's like it
y'all
shouldn't be
hate to
about
see
tearing
it.
that man down. It shouldn't be about
Spoken
wanting
like
to
a true
see me and him tear
Scorpio.
each other down. Like we have an issue, and it's either gonna drag out or maybe in 10 years we'll laugh about it over drinks. But just let us solve that shit, cause it's not me and Kendrick. It's not me and Hov.
It's not you in Common. It's not even you in Common.
You're not going to get anything out of it. Like, I don't want to hear that man rap. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear me rap against him. I really do this shit. Like, that's not, you're not even going to get anything out of it. So I just urge people, man, to just, and when I say people, I mean like media. Like, just leave that shit alone, man. Just leave that man alone, man. Let him put out that whatever Project X or whatever that shit he's working on, and I'm gonna just do, I'm gonna put out this real shit for the people, like, and that's it.
So clearly, Rihanna got in between Breezy and Drizzy, and they wouldn't really fuck with each
He
other.
had to
again
violate
until
that man like
years
that.
Later. But for 2012, Drake was just cruising, enjoying the fruits of his labor as everyone was still bumping that Take Care, along with a couple fire features.
Back when if a nigga reached, it was for the weapon. Nowadays, niggas reach just to set a record. A real nigga say word. You ain't never told no lie. You ain't never told no lie. Real nigga say word. I shine different, I rhyme different. Only
well, this was. I know, but this long dick, talking about beats. One of my favorite Drake verses is fucking Problems.
Stay down from day one, so I say fuck all y'all niggas. Except mine. Just for me though. I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people.
Well, he's 26. He's
wow,
from Toronto. He's
what
eloquent, thoughtful.
Bop trophies.
He's got a massive hit record.
I wasn't really a fan of this song. It was cute.
This album, I needed to tell a different story. I'm at a very different place in my life. I feel great with me. This is the first time that I'm not searching for what I had in the past. I'm not even waiting for what's to come in the future. I mean, I'm excited for it, but the present, the life that I'm living right now is the greatest thing I could ever ask for, and I wanted to make that album. So,
yeah.
Motherfucker never loved us. Remember?
Yeah, nothing was the same. It's another chapter. It's another piece of the story, and I'm just ready for the next one. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Intro. How this nigga working like you got a fucking twin, no. Life is sounding crazy. 40 on Martin Scorsese and.
Come on now. It's like almost every song he drops is fire. Almost. I'm crying.
It's crazy that it's here.
See, man, it just reminds me of all those tour dates.
It's all good though. Never disappoints me, man. Just work.
All right. Get to the juicy shit.
2013 was a fun year, man. A lot of good music came out this year, bro.
2013 was iconic.
This album, bro. The wait was real. And I'll also never forget that nothing was...
2013... I thought I saw something.
What was that? Okay.
2013 and 2016, I don't know what was in the air, but it was iconic.
I wouldn't lie to you, truly.
Thing was actually leaked about a whole week before it came out. It was supposed to drop on September 24th, but I believe it leaked around September 16th, with fans on Twitter already praising it. The album would finally release to critical acclaim, debuting at #1 again, making it his third in a row, and selling 658,000 copies first week. Me personally, I think this album is just as good as Take Care. It's a classic to me.
It is.
My three
It's a
favorite
classic.
tracks are probably Furthest Thing, Own It, and From Time.
Somewhere between
Not Furthest Thing. Not Furthest Thing. Own It for a fact. Pound Cake. Pound Cake. What's the third one? Pound Cake. How can you forget Pound Cake, Aaron? With whole pancake, cake.
Fuck being on some chill shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. Always working overtime.
Oh my god, I love this song.
I got a shorty named Texas saying she
got now we on the bill. A tu lado, perdí tu amor, soy un prove diablo.
I'm a different breed with this shit. That's the man that put me in the shit. If a nigga fuck with him, I put him down quick.
Nah, it was a good year. It was.
Man, 2014, bro. Take me back. Back when I got my first car, back when I was just having fun and living life, not knowing what was to come, back when Rich Gang was killing shit. But that's
I didn't know that song.
It's crazy. I remember this concert like it was yesterday, and I'll never forget how dope of a show this was. This was really like a live Versus way before Versus was a thing. You were able to vote on your phone too on what song you wanted next, which I doubt it actually worked, but hey, I felt like I was part of it. I remember being on that train on my way there and thinking to myself like, damn, Drake's only been in the game for like 5 years at this point, and he already going up against one of the GOATs in Wayne? Bro, that says a lot. Like, he already has a bunch of hits, and this is 2014, bro. It was so cool to see them go back and forth, and then at the end, they'd be like, wait, what are we fighting for? To them just playing songs that they got together, like Right Above It and shit like that. Oh man, that shit was gas.
Hey, read this, kid. If you're reading this, you're late. You're late.
On February 12, 2015, Drake would release If You're Reading This Is Too Late out of nowhere on iTunes. I'll never forget the night this dropped, bro. I got a text from a friend like, bruh, Drake just dropped. I'm like, what?
Nah, this album was fire.
No way! Yeah, I know.
I bought that shit instantly, fam. Everyone was talking about that shit the next day at work. Like, yo, what's your favorite song on there? I'm like, Six God, or You in the Six. He's like, hell no, what you mean, bro? 10 bands. And I'm like, nah, yo, that shit with Travis Scott is fire. Like, there's a reason why many Drake fans consider this to be his best body of work. It debuted at #1 and sold 535,000 copies first week. It even made it to Rolling Stone's top 500 albums of all time.
It's a
The tape
classic.
went platinum the year it came out.
It's a classic.
And was actually the first rapper to do so that year. Nothing but bangers.
10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, fuck it, man.
This reminds me of Steinway. I was on Steinway when this came out.
Conversations with mama. Man, my
Yes, sir.
ain't been returning the text. She walk right up to her.
This is my shit.
In the face and say, you ain't got the juice like that.
You ain't got the juice like that.
Meek Mill, boy oh boy, do we have to talk about this, fam. So one day Meek just felt like going on Twitter and saying this. He ain't even write that verse on my album, and if I would've knew, I would've took it off my album.
Oh my god, I remember this Meek Mill and Drake beef, bro. I remember this so well because I made a YouTube video about it back when I was on YouTube on this. I'm crying. I think I made that video private though, so you guys are not gonna be able to see it, but I remember this beef.
Well, then he goes on to say, stop comparing Drake to me too. He don't write his own raps. That's why he ain't tweet my album, because we found out. Man, so hold on. We gotta talk about that boy Quentin Miller, who Meek Mill threw his name around in his tweets, saying that he ghost wrote for Drake on If You're Reading This Is Too Late, which Miller denied actually, saying, I am not and never will be a ghostwriter for Drake. I'm proud to say that we've collaborated, but I could never take credit for anything other than the songs we worked on together. And he's actually only credited on 4 songs off that tape, but it was still a big deal back then and still is to this day. Miller actually says that all that controversy fucked everything up for him. Now, it's kind of a long read here, but you can pause the video if you want and read the things he had to say about this whole situation. It's kind of crazy if you ask me, but when I say Drake won the battle, yeah, it's pretty obvious, with Charged Up first. You boys are getting into your feelings on me. Then aggressively, like 2 days later, really like that back to back freestyle with back to back. Yeah,
I like this one.
Which was actually produced by Nav. This was the first time that Drake ever really made any diss tracks, and he had everyone on his side. The whole public was on his side. He even had all kinds of Meek Mill memes at his concerts and everything, bro. Shit was hilarious. It was looking real bad for me. He's so petty. Especially when he hit him with this line. Sheesh. You love it and you gotta get a world tour. Is that a world tour or your girl's tour?
I remember that line had the block going crazy.
If you ain't right there running through the 6 shit, tell us who the folks queen running through the 6 with. And it was pretty fire, but it was a little too late at that point.
I remember.
Now, Drake won this battle, but when I say Meek won the war, let me explain why. What's that one thing that people always go back to when they talk about Drake and his career? What's the one thing always looming around like a dark cloud over Drake's career? It's the ghostwriting shit, fam. That question will always linger forever now. Does Drake write his own raps? Whether he does or not, that's not really the point. There will always be speculation. And
I think that looking back at the situation now as an adult, because I remember when this first popped off, it was like when Instagram was still fresh, iPhone 5s and shit like that. I think definitely that Drake writes his own music for a fact. But I definitely feel like as he's gotten, what's the word I'm looking for, bigger as an artist, and he's collaborated and met other people, he's obviously used his resources. You feel me? Like if I'm, let's say for example, I get to one day be in the studio with Drake and The Weeknd and all like that, and I'm writing a song and they come up to me like, oh, you should say that instead of that. Of course I'm gonna take pointers from that person, but at the same time I'm gonna have to now credit that person because they helped me on that song. So I feel like that's what's going on. It's probably a case of course he writes his own shit, but it gets to the point where if you have the resources available to you and you don't mind, why not use them? The point that I'm trying to make is that I definitely feel like Drake writes his own music for a fact. However, does he have people help him? Yes.
Oh, deep down, that shit probably still bothers Drake that went public in the first place. A lot of Drake haters use that as ammo, and it will never end. So that's why, looking at it now, yeah, Drake won that battle, but that whole controversy will always be there because of Meek. And of course, we gotta talk about the smash hit Hotline Bling that he actually dropped the same time as Back to Back. It wasn't until the music video about 2 months later that made the song go to a whole nother level. It's currently sitting at almost 2 billion views with almost 10 million likes, bro. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Drake had to have known that this shit was gonna get memed the fuck out, fam.
Drake knew what he was doing. I remember this. Oh my god. My favorite Drake album is this one.
But you gotta realize too, it's like
it's this one. It's this one. I swear to God.
This is too like.
If you ask me to rank Drake's body of work, I'm not gonna be able to do it. But I know that for a fact that "What a Time to Be Alive" is number 1 or number 2. What's the one with the sky as the background? Wow, I'm like the worst. Hold on, cause I can't be out here going down bad just like this. Ridiculous. Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. Number 1. What a Time to Be Alive. Number 2 for me.
You're not gonna get the same result if you're not in this building.
2 Scorpios together. I love Future. I love Future. I love Fab. I love Drake.
It like changed the game. Everybody had to go back to the game board and like, damn, we never ever thought this would happen.
Yes, that's the best.
This shit shouldn't have never happened. Who let it happen?
Yeah, who let it happen?
There's so many questions after history get made. Like, you can ask after this, like, nigga, who let this shit happen? Like, when did it happen? How did it happen?
Yeah.
For real.
Shit just be for the time.
That shit was iconic.
What a time to be alive.
For the time to be alive.
And for niggas that like, for you niggas to be like working all year on your own shit separately and like be making like, you drop his mixtape, you drop all your mixtape, everybody to be separate and niggas to be both hot, and then like at the height of niggas being hot, like to come together.
Yeah, that really hasn't happened. Like just at the peak of
that's it.
At the like.
Let's figure some shit out.
Nah, this shit.
That.
Oh yeah, nah, it's crazy just to find the time to make this shit happen. In fact, it's
That album or mixtape, whatever, was.
Damn, bro. Another project to go number 1. Shit is crazy. What a Time to Be Alive released on September 20th, 2015, selling 334,000 copies first week. And when this came out, I said it before in my Future documentary, and I'ma say it again. It really felt like Goku and Vegeta fusing up together, bro. It was like 2 of the hottest motherfuckers in the game coming together. Admittedly, at the time, I thought it would just be one of those joint projects that kind of just come and go, and people forget about it a few months later. But now that it's about to be 6 years since it dropped, it really stood the test of time. It still holds up to this day, and sounds like it could have came out today. It definitely felt like more of a Future project to me than it does a Drake project. Who gives a fuck? That shit slaps harder than Stephanie on Big Show.
What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna cry? You're gonna cry like a baby?
Shout out to Metro Boomin though. This would not have sounded as good as it did if it wasn't for him. You should watch my documentary I made on him, by the way. But my 3 favorite tracks are probably Jersey, Live from the Gutter, and Digital Dash.
You do what you want when you pop.
I like this one. But mine was Diamonds Dancing. Come on, Diamonds Dancing. Not Digital Dash, Diamonds Dancing. You know, I forgot about this. These 2 had beef. When?
Saying I'm your little brother and all that. But set the record straight. I'm not Drake's little brother, I never have been. Now Drake, I get compared to you on a daily basis, and it's an honor. I like your music. But I got 10 G's here that says you will love mine. And if for any reason you don't like my music, 10 G's is yours. Now we're calling for my
What in the love and hip hop?
told me that if there was anything I ever really believed in, just go all out for it. This is all I got. Come play the game, Drake. But keep in mind, I can't lose.
Y'all niggas know who to call when you want that fire.
Yo, that video is crazy corny, but I respect it. So this.
What in the Education Connection commercial is this? Alright. I gotta hurry up, you guys, because I'm hungry. I want to go eat.
Lot to digest here, so I'ma just try to keep it simple. Back in 2010, Tory made this video and offered Drake $10K basically just to hear his music. He was young as fuck at the time, and $10K is definitely a lot of money. Shit, I don't care how old you are. $10K just for someone to hear your shit?
Yeah,
that's pretty bold. But Drake never responded. They go their separate ways, doing their thing. He kinda sent some subliminals to Drake in this Sway in the Morning freestyle too.
Yes, I know these niggas about to act scary. T.O. nigga only spitting without the Blackberry.
So you know Tory himself is from Toronto, right? Whatever. So years go by. It's 2015. Drake is popularizing the term the Six, views from the Six God, etc., etc. And apparently Tory wasn't having it, tweeting this out like, this whole calling the Toronto Six thing, it's not cool, bro. Meanwhile, he was calling Toronto the Six himself in a couple songs, but I digress.
I'm feeling like I'm the realest nigga out in the city. I ride through the 6 and the 7, my bitches is famous.
Tory even named his mixtape that came out in December of 2015 The New Toronto. So Drake finally was like, you know what? Alright, I'm gonna respond this time. Dropping the song Summer 16 in early 2016, sending shots at Tory.
Summer 16.
Tory kind of jabbed back on the track with Ferg, saying this.
I was never ever gang, I was with Umbrella Mall.
But then Tory gets on this interview from Revo and kind of backpedals a bit. Kind of sounding a little scared, not gonna lie.
What did he say that was really, I mean, if people really do believe that it was a diss or whatever the case it is, I don't know what that man has against me. I'm getting money over here. I'm good. I'm young. I'm finally in a position to feed my family. Please don't try to take that away from me. All I want to do is rap, you know, and I'm a fucking Drake fan. Like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Drake could diss me 20,000 times. I'd never diss him, bro. Like, I'm a fan, bro. Like, it is what it is. I have no negativity on my side.
But then Tory goes and makes an Uber Everywhere freestyle where he comes at Drake again. A few months later, Drake gets interviewed and says this.
Get everything, you know, become the biggest artist you can possibly
This beef
be.
is
Just
like
don't
so
get
irrelevant
up
to
there
me.
finally and start talking down on me, you know? Especially when we have like no interaction or no, like, just don't get your first big shot to speak out and you think it's like the right thing to do is to start like trying to, you know, come for the dawn, you know? It's like, it's not gonna work. And I don't go for that. Like I said, I love seeing people shine. I hate when they finally get the platform and they think the answer is like, okay, well, because we've never had any dealings. The answer is to like, how I'm gonna get my attention is to attack. Like, that's not gonna work.
Talk your shit, kid. Talk your shit. At the end of the day, though, Tory's clout chasing kind of worked because he was making some fire music and his popularity, to me, started rising during this time. They ended up just getting cool a year later anyway, so this was just some fun entertainment, really.
I don't know what to tell y'all.
The 6 Raptors. Diamond.
My bad. This
New
chair.
Ride, old ride. Bad times, good times. Young money, new money. OVO, 29, 29, 29. Best I ever had. Worst behavior. Old crib, new crib. October, sound. Festival. Album time again or acting time again? My friend, my friends. Younger me, older me. Me as Manny, me as Jimmy, me as Drake.
I wasn't a big huge fan of Views. Of course, I listened to it. There's a few songs that I like. If I'm not mistaken, one of my favorite songs is on Views. I might be tripping, but I'm gonna have to check. It's why you like to fight with me at Cheesecake? You know I love to go there. They don't need to know all of our business. You wildin', you stupid childish. You go to CVX for coat, texting my Bugatti. I take the keys and trying to hide it so you will find it and put on mileage. Then you aqua silence. That was my shit. Child's Play. But I didn't really, this album, I didn't really get to really sit down and digest it like I wanted to. I should probably do that after this. But it wasn't one of my favorite Drake like body of work. It really wasn't.
I'll never forget the day I was on one of those buses that go from the city to Jersey for Six Flags, and it was mad early in the morning, and the album had just came out.
Don't this guy sound like J. Cal from, excuse me, it's the Migos. From Instagram, the Instagram comedian, he sound like J. Cal.
I was like, you know what? This is like an hour and some change ride. Let me hear the whole album. You know when you listen to certain songs, it kind of just puts you in a place or a certain memory? That's what this album does for me, bro. I remember just loving it from top to bottom, except Hotline Bling, to be honest. That shit was annoying, but yeah. The album was a huge commercial success, going #1 again, selling 852,000 copies first week. With hits like Too Much, Pop Style, but it sparked 2 smash hits, bruh, in One Dance and Controller.
Hated both songs.
I think I lied for you. I think I...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Die for
No, wasn't a fan.
Which was everywhere that summer. Man, Summer 16 was just different.
It was.
Now, yeah, it's gotten its mixed reviews from critics and from fans alike.
I think that kid on that album that I heard sounds real fucking uninspired. That's what I think.
Oh, look at Joe, mad.
The other day on this podcast, I missed the Drake that starts the waves, not hot.
I didn't watch the pod back in these days.
I miss Drake that pushes the fucking agenda, not let the agenda push him. And that is why I would. Big difference between a Drake and a Hov while they both at the top.
Do you guys agree with Joe on this one? I can kind of agree on the starting to ride trends thing because he has tendencies to do so at times, but sounding uninspired? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't want to say that he sounded uninspired, but it's like I said in the beginning of the when we first started to talk about views, it wasn't my favorite body of work. It really wasn't. I felt like something was off about that album. It really was. I agree with Joe on that one.
Wasn't as aggressive. I don't know. It's funny how my boy and I were talking today about whether or not Views is a classic.
It's not a classic.
Don't kill me, but to me, it's not.
It's not a classic.
Great album. Don't get me wrong.
It is.
He was over here going ham defending that shit.
It was not a classic.
I respect it. What do you guys think though? I just feel like when the masses are so mixed on it,
yeah,
you kind of have to hesitate.
Anthony, are you a construction worker? Because you just hit the nail on the head. You feel me? Are you Bob the Builder? Because you just hit the hammer. Because you just hit the nail on the head. Yes, it was good, but it was not a classic. And when the masses start to get too mixed in, it automatically disqualifies it from being a classic. That's why What a Time to Be Alive is a classic to me.
It isn't like an undeniable, undisputed, yes, hell yeah, that's a classic. Then to me, it's like, I don't know. Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
we
a
can't
classic.
forget about the smash hit Work with Rihanna and Drake.
That's why it's not a classic. It has too many mainstream shit. This was a bop.
In the summer of this year until October, Drake and Future would go on tour together for the Summer 16 tour.
Drake and Future were on tour in 2016. I didn't. First of all, I didn't know that. Second of all, can you just imagine Drake and Future on tour in 2016? That's probably why 2016 was so iconic. It was because those two were on tour.
Went to one of these. This shit looks super lit.
It does. Why didn't I go to this? Why didn't I not know about this? Coming with no strings.
At the 2016 BET Hip Hop Awards, that boy Drake was nominated for 10 awards, bro.
I remember
Taking
this.
Album of the Year for Views.
2016, if you remember the year, it was a good time.
It was a good year, papi. It was a good year. This song took over. That song right there took over Summer 17 for a fact. That yeah.
More tune for your head top, so watch how you speak on my name, you know?
Plans in my soul of addiction for now, cause I'm falling apart.
More life.
Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro an advance. I bitch, you was your mess. Ay. Can't keep my dick in my pants.
That album didn't really do it for me either.
Wow.
More Life.
That's how you feel? That's how you feel? Fuck it. Oh, nice. What that shit? Hey. Can't keep my dick in my pants.
So now, where do you guys stand? Like, what's good now?
I still think Drake a fuck nigga. As a man, I'm keeping up.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't. First of all, rest in peace to X. Rest in peace, Triple X. When X was here with us, I wasn't really listening to his music at all. So I didn't know, not that I didn't know that him and Drake had beef, but I didn't know what it was about because I was just not listening to X's music. Of course, I knew the song, but I wasn't listening to it. So I really don't have much idea about what this beef is about.
Bro, I still think Drake a fuck nigga. Like, I think he's not a man. I think he's a bitch. That's a bitch move. Especially when I was in jail facing life, bro. You get what I'm saying? If Drake would have came to my
he was in
arms,
jail
man,
for what?
You know what I'm saying? That would have made my fucking
When?
day. If he would have showed that he's a hospitable person and that he's really in this shit for the culture, rather than being a fuck nigga taking my shit, running off with it, and then putting it on his album, then he would have got my kudos, he would have got my respect. I would have let him hop on the remix, take 100% royalty rate. I would have done it. Because I know I can maintain, you know what I'm saying, that I would appreciate him for being a real nigga.
Alrighty then. I had to showcase that because X is one of my favorite artists of all time, and I think it deserved to be mentioned. It's not really the biggest deal in the world, but this is actually what put me onto X. The whole KMT sounding like look at me shit. I've been a fan ever since.
I didn't know that was the problem.
But anyways, More Life was released on March 18th, 2017 to some pretty positive review scores. It ended up breaking all kinds of streaming records for Apple Music and Spotify. It accumulated 61.3 million streams on Spotify alone on the first day and 89.9 million on Apple Music. It of course again debuted at number 1 and sold 505,000 copies first week, with half of that actually being pure album sales. Oddly enough though, he called it a playlist and not an album. That shit was weird, but a lot of publications and whatnot consider it a mixtape. I don't know, man. I consider it an album. It's definitely a fun album, and it has some bangers on here for sure. But hold on, though. Let's not sit here and act like this song right here wasn't the most underrated track of 2017.
Which one?
Facts. Big facts.
Cause niggas started talking to me like I'm slowing down. Opinions over statistics. Life is amazing. It is what it is.
This one went crazy.
But I feel like a rookie.
This one went crazy. This was my favorite. With no whack, nigga. I didn't really like this one.
I mean, even all the way up until God's plan, right? Like, God's plan was, I sent it to Trippy.
I didn't know that this is how God's plan came about. I didn't know this. And that song was big. And that just goes to show, you guys, that just goes to show the talent that people have. Sometimes when I listen to a beat, sometimes my artist friends and I end up having songs to the same beat. And I always love to hear, how do I say, like a different sound on the same beat. Like, it's just funny to me how I hear a beat and I can create this song with this sound, and then to hear what you would do with that beat and another person will create another sound and another, you know what I mean? So this was very interesting to me, because you would think that the flow and everything came from Drake, but it came from Trippy. Drake just ended up finishing it and putting the words to it, I guess.
Yo, maybe this could work for your album. And he was obviously, you know, caught up, busy, whatever, doing his thing.
Cap.
I think this is cap. I'm not gonna hold you, Drake. I fuck with you, but I think this is cap.
Artists send us
I think you heard it. You I think you heard it. You knew it was gonna be good. Trippy was probably definitely busy running around, but you probably was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just take it. He not really gonna mind.
Yup.
You got lucky with with this one.
And, you know, whatever happened, it didn't really work out that way, and then it leaked. And people forced my hand because
people did not force your hand, sir. You leaked it. I'm not gonna lie. Drake, I fuck with you, I really do. But you're a Scorpio and I'm a Scorpio. You sneaky. You leaked that. You leaked that so that then you can say that, oh, people forced my hand, because you knew that as soon as people were gonna hear what you did with it, that people were gonna ask for it. Just stop lying. You knew what you was doing. Why didn't you just get up there and keep that same energy that you always keep and just say, listen, I sound better with the flow. I'm Drake. Like, you should have just kept that energy. You can't fool me.
On January 19, 2018, Drake would drop a 2-song EP called Scary Hours, with the songs Diplomatic Immunity and God's Plan, with God's Plan becoming one of, if not Drake's biggest song of all time.
But
he then went on to
trash.
release 2 more singles for his next album, Nice for What?
Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I
got no shorty and she doesn't want no slow song.
And I'm Upset.
I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect.
Scorpion would finally release on June 29th,
I'm
debuting
crying.
at #1 again and selling 732,000 copies first week. And to me, this shit is fire. This was like all I was bumping 2018 summer, bro. It got some real lukewarm review scores, but I don't know, man. I really fuck with it. There's a few skips on here for sure, but I enjoy the majority of it.
This song went crazy.
Transform your
Come on. YouTube, y'all mad corny. Like, y'all see me recording a video, right? For your platform. So why y'all doing me like this?
Nothing else left to say.
Skip.
All of this disorder, no address, and the crown is
okay.
broken in pieces,
Keep.
but it's more in my possession.
Skip. That's a skip.
It was actually
that
pretty
shit
dope
out
to
of
see
here.
Drake do a Degrassi reunion for the I'm Upset music video too. Speaking of the I'm Upset music video though, I gotta talk about my boy X again real quick. So you know X unfortunately passed away on June 18th, 2018, right? And people actually thought, or some people still think, that Drake has something to do with his death. Now I'm not gonna lie fam, with the evidence I'ma show you, it's a little creepy and a bit too coincidental, but hear me out. X had posted this once on
I remember this.
So that's one thing. And if you
I remember that. I remember when X posted that, and again, I was not listening to his music. That probably put X on my radar, and I remember seeing that. And I can be a fan of someone, but I'm not blindsided by that person. You understand me what I'm saying? So when I saw that of X, I'm not gonna say that I initially automatically was like, oh, Drake did it. He has something to do with it. No, but it just had me thinking, like, why would he say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, one big artist is really going to go on his platform and accuse another big artist of something like that, knowing the repercussions that will come behind that. All I'm saying is he said that for a reason. What was that reason? The world may never know now.
To the lyrics and I'm Upset, it's a bit wild considering the way
I
X
remember
passed
this.
away.
SMS, triple X. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck.
And on the song
It's kinda
Mob
sick.
Ties,
I'm never
he
gonna
also
hold you,
says
Drake.
this.
Louis bags in exchange for body bags, yeah.
I don't like that.
It's a little spooky, bruh. To make things even more sus, you know what? I'm gonna let my boy Blackie Speaks explain real quick. Let him know, Blackie.
So for the past few days, there's been a lot of conversations on social media regarding the Sicko Mode music video with, of course, Drake and none other than Travis Scott. You may wonder, how does X tie into this whole situation? Well, if you've seen the Sicko Mode video, then you know that there's an extremely short moment on the video where we see this right here. This is a person that resembles X, who at one point in the video gets crushed by a meteor. Obviously, if you know the history behind the XXXTentacion and Drake beef, then this is something that you might get really upset by.
Look, I'm not saying he had anything to do with it. I'm literally just on the outside looking in, observing
Yeah, it's a little
shit, you feel me?
suspicious.
But we gotta talk about this challenge that went pretty viral back then too.
I just woke up this morning in my feelings, and I was like, I gotta let him out.
Oh my God.
Oh, bro. They try and kill me. They love me. Are you riding? Kiki. They love me.
They killed me. Y'all killed me with this song. The masses.
It was written like love, but it came from Queen. Another multi-platinum rapper trapped and can't retire. Niggas get exposed, I see the cracks and I'm the liar. How could you ever right these wrongs when you don't even write your songs?
I remember this.
Pusha T would come for Drake's neck on the song Infrared off his Daytona album on May 25th, which made Drake respond that same day with Duppy Freestyle.
I'm in shock. The nerve, the audacity.
I don't think I heard Duppy Freestyle.
Now your head in a beam. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. Your brother said it was your cousin and him and you. So you don't rap what you did, you just rap what you knew.
No lie, that song is underrated. And I know
Yeah,
Drake
it is,
was
'cause I
hella
didn't
proud of
really-
himself for like a week after that track.
Oh, fuck yeah, this is the shit.
Yeah,
As he
no,
should've.
it was
The wordplay
underrated.
was crazy on that. It wasn't until this song though that Yeah, Drake wasn't coming back from this, bro.
You mentioned wedding ring like it's a bad thing. Your father walked away.
Yeah.
Love a dad thing. Marriage is something that said you never had Drake. You a winner, but she keep come.
Push is mean.
Cleaned her up for IG, but the stench is on her. A baby's involved. It's deeper than rap. Being a child, let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. Ooh. Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real.
Oh my God.
Never forget she's a porn star. Let her be your world.
Oh my God.
Put yay in my verses. I'm selfish. I want all of the curses. I'm pre-booking the churches. Me verse. Rehearse.
I haven't heard this song in a while, guys. I'm sorry if I'm reacting like I never heard it, but I haven't heard it in a while.
The entire beef behind this could be a whole video in itself, but Drake apparently told Kanye about his son that no one knew about when Ye was helping him on Scorpion. And apparently he went off to tell Pusha, and Drake obviously didn't fuck with that, cause Pusha would go and use that as ammo against him. Plus the song Infrared off Daytona was produced by Kanye, so Drake really wasn't fucking with any of them.
Now the next thing is with Drake. Now, if I wasn't in a
remember
state, I might have thought and had the wherewithal to say, "Hey, Pusha, don't diss Drake on my beat." And I spoke about that and took accountability for that. Now, what I'm looking for my spirit to take accountability is the fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you fuck my wife and you not saying nothing and you carrying it like that. That don't sit well with my spirit. You know, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, her name was Renita, and then you was married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. So when you're like, oh, I don't know where it come from, you too smart for that, bro. You know where that come from. Don't make no record with nothing that could be confused. Now, I told you, I didn't tell Pusha no information about your baby mama, nothing like that. That ain't come from me. But when you played that record for me in the studio that said, yo, we got some Kylies, we got some Kendalls, told you, Travis is your man. Don't make no record like that. That man just had a baby with her. That's going to be offensive to her. I hit Trav about the Ecstasy record and made sure that we was all good, that we know we family, right? So I did tell you not to do that. So period, it's like, don't speak on nobody from my family, nothing that could be even mentioned with my wife. Period. We don't have to talk again. I'm not giving no energy to that, but I'm telling you that. And also, y'all come talk to me. Y'all holler at me. We'll work it out. We come to a resolution.
After Pusha T made that disrespectful ass song,
Yeah.
Drake didn't go on to make a diss track back and was pretty silent for over a year. That wasn't until he got interviewed and asked about Pusha where you can clearly see that shit was still bothering him. And he admits to taking the L.
I have no desire to ever mend anything with that person. Yeah, that situation just went where it went, and it's just there's no turning back. It's not like those other situations. At that point, it wasn't even about battle rap or any of that. It was just the information was too shocking. It was on his part. It was a genius chess move. He obviously has no when it comes to me, he's not gonna have any morals or respect. So the other elements of the record, whether it be just the shit that he's making up about my mom and my dad and all this dumb shit, or obviously the part that hit me the most, which is wishing that my friend that has an illness dies. That shit to me is just not really wavy. I'm just not really with that.
Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man is 666.
It just is what it is. There's a point where you're gonna want to stop rapping. I'm sure I could say something about your lovely lady or a child or a family member, and you're just gonna want to not really rap anymore. So that's just kind of where I got to. It's just I just had to admit I'm really. And when I was making the record in Response, which was a real record, I know people think it's some myth. It was on this Vinyls beat, and I just found myself saying things that one seemed really out of character, just because I was deeply invested in the situation and getting very angry, and saying things that I don't know if in 2 years I'd want to hear myself.
Okay, so I see what's going on here. He went and he wrote. The way I can see through people's bullshit is beyond me. What happened here was that he recorded a response, and the response was probably so crazy, and the information that he had was probably so crazy that his team, everybody around him was probably advise him don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Trust me, if you drop it, you're going to fuck up your career. So instead, he went silent for a year. And now he's back giving the masses, this bullshit story about, oh, I'm this bigger person. I found myself wondering and no. You was about to violate that nigga, but really violate him, like put him in the dirt, to the point where everybody was like, nah, chill, and you had to chill. But I feel you.
I just realized that like nobody cares about this guy, so it's not really much I can say better than Drake has a baby. He won. You know, he won off that bond.
I could understand why Drake would not want to respond back to Pusha, because it probably got so personal that he probably could have came back and went out of character.
It's about to get crazy.
Maybe regretted it years down the line. But the thing is, there's only so much gloating and bragging you can do and say that you're more popular and rich than Pusha is. But see, Pusha ain't on that type of time. He don't care to be more poppin' than you, nor is he even in the same lane. He's on some street shit, and Drake just isn't. So he just took the L and moved on.
Oh, I didn't know that Pusha was on some street shit. That might change my previous statement a little bit. What if Drake's just scared because Pusha is really on some street shit? You feel me? There's a difference between the people who really live the street life and the people who just rap about it. Trust me.
People who have regular jobs, who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows. You don't need this right here. I promise you. You already won.
Next, a special Grammy performance by...
Whoa, yeah, so it looks like the Grammys had enough of that speech.
Damn, why they do my boy Drizzy like that, though? But yeah, 2019. What was Drake up to this year? He made amends with Meek Mill and Chris Brown, which was really dope to see.
I got more slaps than the Beatles. Foreign shit running on diesel, dog. Ooh, wow. Chris Brown, dancer extraordinaire. Wow, whoa.
I only like Drake's part in this song. That's it.
Raptors won their championship. That boy Drake was
I'm
like,
not a fan of Chris Brown.
Fuck it, I'ma drop 2 songs.
Look at my history. I'm trying to see what's different from that guy in the rich and me. I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark.
He then went on to drop his first compilation album, Care Package, on August 2nd, 2019, consisting of songs from 2010 to 2016, with absolute bangers like 5 a.m. in Toronto.
Never get the same out of niggas. Guess it's funny how money could make change out of niggas for real.
Jodeci Freestyle.
I'm devoted to making sure that shit goes unnoticed.
This might fit.
Club Paradise and more.
I swear you don't know this city anymore.
Then he ends up dropping the song War on Christmas Day, getting ready for 2020.
I remember this, but I like, it was a burst to me.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned.
This was a burst to me too.
The blues is now kicking and dinner is 3 Michelin. I don't eat red meat.
Never heard of this.
Beef sizzling. Yeah. Baby Wayne and Ted's responsible for this shit.
This song was a burst to me.
They don't understand. You know what it is whenever I visit. Truck to the plane to the truck.
This one was fire.
To the hotel lobby. What Drake do?
Yeah, that was fire.
Just a right foot slide, left foot slide.
I'm crying.
Yo, the whole world might be doing this day. Nike crossbody got a piece in. Go right foot up, left foot slide. He crossbody got a piece in.
Oh, brother.
Gotta dance, but it's really on. So basically, I'm saying either way, we about to slide. I could dance like Michael Jackson. You and me. That's just how I think it's either you and me. I could get you the passion. Go right foot up, left foot slide.
Drake would release Dark Lane demo tapes on May 1st, 2020. It's considered a mixtape with a compilation of songs that were released on SoundCloud or leaked on the internet, as well as some new songs.
This one was another brush for me.
It was supposed to be sort of a warm-up for his upcoming 6th studio album, Certified Lover Boy, that was set to release around the summertime, but we all know that didn't happen. It debuted at number 1, selling 223,000 copies first week. It was kind of a mixed bag for many, including myself, but it definitely has some standouts for me, like Time Flies.
Baby girl, you know me.
Nah.
Still with the dogs that I
absolutely not.
Pain.
Hype Williams, little ex.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
With Cardi giving us that "what the fuck was that" verse, but it kind of grew on me. I'm not gonna
lie. I'm not gonna hold you that album.
New York, I was fucking born. Whatever the fuck he said.
That shit was trash. It was traga.
Can you not pay that little boy in the club? Cause we do not listen to rest.
Man, And Laugh Now, Cry Later is a fucking banger. The song released on August 14th, 2020 as the lead single for CLB. It debuted at number 2 on the charts and was also nominated for Best Melodic Rap Performance and Best Rap Song at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards. And being a big Dirk fan, I could honestly say that this feature definitely put him on the top as a okay, I'm here now moment. Because he was well known before for years, almost a decade. But this for sure was that moment where I would say he took off to another level mainstream-wise.
We on his ass where it shows at. He get away, we on his ass where he parole at.
Yeah, Dirk went crazy after that.
Dogs, yeah, haven't fallen off, yeah. Come with a classic, they come around years later and say it's a sleeper. Heart just turned purple, 360 up front.
Lemon Pepper was cool, was I?
We'll see what's about to happen next, okay? Okay.
Nah.
Okay, we'll see what's about to
That was a skip for me. I don't like none of the mainstream Drake. I cannot stand the mainstream Drake music. The mainstream Drake music.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on. Perfect.
Get it out of here. Get it out. Get it out.
The first artist to debut on the Billboard charts at number 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. A few months later, Drake would be invited to the 2021 Billboard Awards to accept his Artist of the Decade speech for the 2010s. Goat shit, fam.
Boy, I ain't having this way, and like the third me go out. Take the way she with Poppy, man, you would think she's a veteran on remembrance. Stories you told me about him, I can see that it's
this is my shit.
This ain't gonna be the first time that I do numbers on 2 crutches. See more plaques than 2 brushes.
I love you so much, Drake. Like, so just let me tell y'all the real shit. I was gonna say, but I didn't want to say too much. He single-handedly got me out of my writer's block, and I'm never gonna forget it. And I'm gonna shout it to the fucking world on the mountaintops, because that's the real shit. That's my hand to God. He sent me something, and it made me feel so competitive again. I was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? You need to start writing. And whenever I hear Drake and Wayne rap, it's always going to inspire something in me. But outside of Drake's raps, it's his pep talks. He'll send one text that'll make me really reevaluate everything. He's a fucking genius as a musical artist, but also just as a human. Please, everybody know that. That's real shit. That's not fake shit.
I swear I've been betrayed.
Yeah, Drake's been killing it so far with these features, man. I mean, he kind of always
does, feature Drake.
Let me tell you something.
Is fire.
Actors don't rap. Rappers don't sing. Rappers don't come from Canada. Where the f*** is Canada? I'm supposed to believe in this light-skinned, R&B face, crying on every song. Does he even write his own songs? I promise you, this is never gonna work. This is never gonna last. Even if he had a cosign, even if Lil Wayne co-signed, it doesn't even matter. Okay, best I ever had was a cute one, but he needs another one. Nah, another one. Nah, that. You know what? Okay, he did it, but can he do it again? No, again. No, again. No, again. You know what? He's just a lucky guy.
Are we sure it's luck? 9 #1 albums, 6 #1 songs, A record 232 songs on the Billboard charts. 45 top 10 chart positions, the most of any artist ever. Are we sure it's luck? The first artist to debut at number 1, 2, and 3 simultaneously. More weeks on the Hot 100 than Elvis Presley, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. Most streamed artist of all time. 13 Billboard Awards, the most ever in one night. 27 total Billboard Awards, the most wins in music history. A record 431 weeks on Hot 100. Luck is defined as success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own action. This is far from chance. This is purposeful choices, selfless gestures, relentless hours, and a whole lot of good karma. This is clinical, surgical, militant. Even when they don't want to compete anymore, you find someone to challenge every single time. Even if that someone is yourself. It's not luck, my good friends. It's certain destiny.
And to you, I want to dedicate this one to you.
I'm crying.
No witnesses. Shohei, the way. Oh my God! Nigga, it's happening! Oh my God!
Donda.
I'd be a fool not to mention the debate on Donda versus Certified Lover Boy. Everybody talking about when are they gonna drop, who's gonna sell more, which album is gonna be better. The whole back and forth has been fun for hip-hop and fun for me personally. I was hoping that Donda would release the same day as CLB, but it didn't turn out that way. Either way, we finally got Certified Lover Boy on September 3rd, bruh. What the album cover is this?
Yeah, I don't get it. What was that?
Kind of makes me not want to cop the vinyl for it. Regardless of the cover though, Certified Lover Boy sold 1 million copies on the first... Nah, I'm just playing, bro. I'm recording this shit the day it comes out. But yeah, the hype has been real lately, especially with all these marketing campaigns / silly memes taking the CLB style.
That's why Drake, he knows exactly what he be doing. He either always has a bar, a music video, or an album cover that's a troll so that it could go viral. He does it every trip. I don't know why you guys are surprised anymore at this point.
Finding the Avengers for his album. He must have saw what Ye was doing and was like, as far as the music itself goes, I mean, after listening to it like 3 times already, yeah, this shit is fuego.
I haven't heard Donda yet. I have not heard that album yet.
Daddy is not around, my mama is not around. Niggas turn their back on me for no good reason. Type of nigga that can look me in the eyes, I despise.
I like fucking fans on this album.
One so difficult to fathom, like a fever in the winter. I got women in the phantom. Too sexy for this shirt, too sexy for your girl. I wish that's how you call me. That raw shit, that honesty.
That's fire. 5 down.
Fire. I could play the whole shit right now. And that boy Drake is coming at Ye's neck on the song 7 a.m. on Brittle Path. Pause the video, read these lyrics real quick, fam. I'm curious to see how this album is gonna hold up in 5 to 10 years.
I have to listen to Certified Lover Boy one more time. I can't give you guys my final thoughts on it because I've only heard it full from beginning to end one time and then just played my favorite songs after that. But so far I have like 2 songs that I like out of like the whole thing. But I'm gonna go and re-listen.
Pop evolves and changes, but judging by Drake's track record, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll always be fire. Drizzy Drake Rogers, Aubrey, arguably the greatest artist of this generation, or even of all time. It's been a pleasure listening to his music and all the memories I gained from it, and it's been an even more honor to create this documentary on him. I look forward to another decade from that man,
Anthony.
And more success and accolades to come. More life to him. And with that, I say, take care, fam.
Alright, first of all, again, like I want to just real quick shout out to Aaron speaking. This shit was fire, amazing. I need you to make one on Joe Budden and Fab. Please make one on Joe Budden and Fab. But yeah, you guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video so that the YouTube algorithm will keep recommending my videos to other people. Follow me on Instagram at stacyjaytv. Even though at the moment that I'm recording this, my Instagram is currently deactivated. So if you search me, I'm not gonna come up. But I'm gonna activate it in a few weeks, and I'm gonna be back on there. Y'all feel me? My overall thoughts on Drake, like I said, I am definitely a fan of Drake. He's definitely in my top 5. It's questionable. Does he write his own songs? Maybe not all of them. Maybe he did steal a few songs. I'm not gonna say here, like I said, I'm not blindsided by people that I am a fan of. Absolutely not. But I can tell that there are many, maybe like, I wouldn't say 80% or 75% of the music, it comes from him. And you can tell, because one of Drake's talents that I love is that storytelling talent. Drake will tell you about a time that he met a girl and they broke up and he was at the pool crying. That's how you can tell that he writes his music, most of it, because his storytelling capabilities. You feel me? I really definitely enjoyed watching this video. Again, shout out to Julia at the Gentleman's Club for the hoodie, the crew neck. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna keep calling this the wrong thing. Make sure you guys check out their website. Make sure you guys like, comment, follow me on Instagram, subscribe. Don't be weird. I already told y'all. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. Bye. I'm out of here. I'm about to go eat and sleep.